I was just reflecting today about my life, how I have gone through different stages and moved to different areas in my life. I mean, from childhood, my family, we moved a lot when we lived in the United Arab Emirates. Um, Never really grew up in one location for very, very long. So when I meet people who've lived in the same neighborhood all their life, and they go to the same school with their friends and they establish those bonds for almost forever. Someone like me, um, I'm not like that. I'm not used to having close friends. My time in California with the Baha'i activities and all of the Baha'i youth I've met in the past where we surf together in the neighborhood, they will always be your friend, but it's not like you live together or see each other or hang out or call as much. Especially for me when I moved to Minnesota in 2017, it's like you start realizing this life could sometimes be somewhat lonely and the sense that you don't have intimate relationship with anyone or friends that you've known for years. Everyone's so busy, right? In this country, in the United States, people are working so hard. They've got families, they've got their own affairs to take care of and deal with. It's a little bit of the nature of the way the world also is. In the US, the society, people are very busy. So when you're busy, you tend to kind of become a little bit isolated from the rest of the world or from the people you used to know when you were younger, when you had more free time, hang out and not have any worries about paying for your bills or whatever. So I don't know, it's an interesting reality. I think it kind of goes to show you how we prioritize what we find important, influenced by the society we live in. I don't know how my life would be if I was in another country, if I was in a country where people work but also enjoy life and they enjoy socializing and hanging out with others. And I think, the American culture, the US white American culture, I would say people don't really get together much. So all of my white American friends, I only see them at work or sometimes at events in the city. But it's not like get together with their families and kind of like, do parties or invites or whatever. That's the one reality I've learned about that particular culture. I'm lucky, in Austin, Minnesota, a town of about 26,000. There are Persians here. There's about four of us in total, and two of them are researchers at the cancer center here at the institute, and one of them is an engineer for Hormel Foods, and I work for the Riverland College. So it's four of us. Once in a while, the Persians of Rochester, Minnesota put together picnics at Chesterwood Park, and we get together there and socialize, which is nice. I would say it's pretty sporadic when they put together events. It kind of dies off during the winter, but kind of kicks back up, during Nowruz, Persian New Year's. People get together again and kind of celebrate the weather getting warmer again. So I'm lucky. I'm only about 45 minutes away from Rochester, Minnesota, and I get to see those people. I think for me, being kind of by myself in a small town, although I have friends that I could see here and there, I work a lot, so I'm around people all the time. And everything, of course, it's a professional relationship. It's not where you could kind of talk about anything kind of a relationship. So I think that it can be lonely for a lot of people, because sometimes you run into people at work or in the community and you think, oh, it would be nice to hang out with this person or that person or these people. I should invite them over or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like it's really hard to kind of integrate with new people, especially when your life is so set. You're kind of set in your ways. You can't really find the time or the energy to invite people over, or them having invited you over or something. So you kind of see people where you've met them at the first time, or you don't see them in many weeks or months or years. I think in terms of connections, relationships that are quality, not just professional and work related, but like really quality relationships where you could hang out and see each other, talk about things, share, chat, whatever. It's that kind of reality is definitely missing in my community, and maybe in the whole nation. Places where we find ourselves being, which is work, 8 hours a day. You would think that those spaces would lead toward relationships that are meaningful, but they don't. They're not meaningful at all. Everybody just does their task and goes home, I don't know what I'm saying in this video, but it's just kind of expressing my state of being, spiritually speaking, and the need for connections that are beyond work and money. Relationships where people talk about God, talk about the soul, talk about afterlife, talk about how we could make our communities more united and connected to one another.